Hi folks, this is video segment 6 on feature recognition. In Catia, I would like to discuss a couple of isolated issues, and these are recognizing a draft or a draft feature, some Booleans, and also discuss the situation where actually your part is made of several disjoint pieces. So without worrying about any dimensions, let me go ahead and make my the part that I want. So on the horizontal plane, I will sketch a let's say a rectangle like so. Okay, exit, pad it. Let me make this thing a little bit taller. All right, good. On that front face, on the top face, I will draw another rectangle because I want to make a pocket out of this. So I'll draw a rectangle like this. Exit, pocket it. Not all the way to the end, but let's say point 3. Okay, and on that face, on the bottom face, I will draw another circle. I'll make a circle because I would like to make another pocket there. So exit, and then pocket it further down. So let me make that thing maybe I don't know, 0.7. Okay. It's not going all the way to the end, but it looks like this. Now, let's add some more stuff here. So for example, once again, on the horizontal face, I will draw a rectangle, be something like that. Exit, and I will do what is called a draft. Okay, a drafted pad. So you click on. Actually, let me see. There's a feature that you can make here. It's called drafted filtered pad, but that's okay. No, let's make a pad here. Let me make a pad. I'd rather keep it simple. So there. Okay, and then I will do a draft. So it says faces to draft. So these faces right there, and the neutral element is what's down here. In other words, what that means is that this is going to go up at angle 5 degrees, except that they flip this thing so that it becomes narrower on the top. 5 degrees is fine. There we are. All right, let's add another part. So another I don't want to say part, but just keep adding to this structure that we have here. So on the horizontal plane, once again, actually let me make this time on the vertical plane. On a vertical plane, say exit plane. I will sketch a circle, exit, and pad. Okay, so we basically have these 3 pieces that make the entire part. Okay, so save everything. File, save management, save as. Already made a folder here. Let's put it in this folder, same name. It says you want to replace it. The answer is yes, and we save it there. Let me now create the step file. So file, save management, save as. The format is step file. By the way, you can leave things the way it is. In other words, you don't have to necessarily remove that CAD part, because what it does is that adds the .stp after this, which is fine. So this is going to be saved as a step file. I'm going to stop this, close that window, and let's make sure that we have the stuff that we want in our folder. This is the part that I made, and this is the step file associated with the part that we made. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the step file. File, open the step file, and we say OK. Notice that the first thing you notice is this. Look, I have essentially 3 bodies. The main part body, which is that cylinder, the drafted the drafted body, which is right here, and the original rectangle with the pockets that I made. Okay, so this part, although I didn't make it like that, but once you recognize the features, or at least, well, I mean, when you read the, we haven't done any recognition yet, once you open up the step file, it's divided into bodies. Okay, now let's operate on the very last one, okay? This is the very last one. So in order to recognize the feature, I have to make this thing current. So right click, define in work object. So this is the work object that we're going to be fooling around with. Now, let me click on the features, manual features. By the way, these things are all here, but you know from Catia that actually you can the way to display only this particular body that is current. One way is to just click on this icon. See that this icon down here, right next to the catalog. It allows you to use only the, or at least display only the body that's we are working on, or is current, or everything at the same time. Okay, so let me just work on this because it's easier to see what's going on. All right, now manual feature recognition. You click on it. Now notice that here we can look at this thing as 2 pockets. So first, let me do this thing as 2 pockets, and then I'm going to do it a different way. Okay, so first of all, pocket, recognize it as pocket, and I can select the bottom of this cylinder, and then say apply. Notice that that pocket is recognized right here. Okay, now let me select the bottom of this cutout and apply. Now the second pocket is recognized, and this one actually can be done as a direct pad. So if I say pad, recognize pad, that, there we are, and notice that pad, pocket, pocket, the original cylinder, this, and if you want to see the original thing that you were looking at, so make the part body current. I'm sorry, this is not body 2, I didn't mean body 2. So I was working on this. Where is this? Right there. There we are. Okay. So there is no more the dump solid object. We extracted all the feature. Now I'm going to undo this. Okay, I'm going to undo this. Undo all of these so that we go back to our dump solid. There we are. Dump solid. Now let's click on the manual feature again. This time, instead of instead of the pocket, and doing it twice to extract these things, let me do a Boolean. And okay, fine, I say chain faces. Okay, chain faces means that when I select something, anything attached to that. So let me once again select the bottom of that, and then say apply. Okay, that obviously did not work. So let me try to select this and that one. Okay. Let's say we do not want to change these. Okay, so this is not going to get us very far. Let me close this. Okay, let's do one more time. So Boolean. Let's actually do the following: the bottom, that one, and that one, and let's see what happens. Still no good. Cancel. Let me clear these. Okay, and try something else. So try the following: the bottom, this, these, and these faces. As a Boolean. There. You see, I selected those faces, and what it did is that it actually recognized that as a Boolean operation of removing something from that box. Okay, now the question is, well, how do we see this? So let me make this thing current. There we are. You see, we were able to basically dissect that original shape into a block and something that is removed from that block. Now, of course, you can go to any one of these, such as this one, and do a simple manual feature recognition. So you click on this and you say, can you see a path, for example, for this? And the answer is yes. Can you see another path, for example, this? And apply. Of course, both of these are extracted. You can see that. All right. So let me close this. Actually, I'm not interested in this particular piece anymore. So let's go to the one that was, let's see what we had here. We had the drafted piece right there. Okay. So let's go to this. Make this thing, make that thing current. Okay. And just show me what I made current right there. Okay, so let's click on the manual feature recognition and let's look at the draft. All right, so when it comes to draft, these are the features that we would like to use in order to identify the draft, and the neutral element is down here. The neutral element is down here. Okay, so if I say apply, notice that right there is the draft. Okay, and we close that. Now if I double click on this, I can change the angle, for example, to 10. Okay, and let me see for a second. Preview right there. Okay, so let's make this thing current so that we can see it actually right there. Okay, this is my dump solid. This is the thing that I extracted. Okay, let's do something here. Double click on this draft. Okay, so this time let's make the angle 10 degrees. How about maybe actually make it 15 degrees? And for the neutral plane, let's take this top. Preview. Okay, and there we are. So in this particular segment, I've shown you that if you have disjoint pieces in your part, when you read the STP file, it's going to identify those as bodies, and we did some experiment with the situation where a part or a piece, one of these bodies was made of two pockets. The other one is we did the Boolean operation. Except for the Boolean operation, we had to do some work, and then we had to extract all the faces that potentially would make an object of that shape. Okay, and then the draft, the facial recognition of a draft, which is what we just did. Okay. I hope that helps to at least give you some ideas of how this thing is going to work so that you can practice by yourself. Incidentally, if let me show everything here, right there. Now, first of all, let me make this thing current. Sorry, which one was this? This one. This one was right part body 3. Okay, so you can see that this is what we kind of started with, although I did a change in this draft. But these can be actually translated as bodies, as you know. For example, where is this thing? Translation, translate. Okay, so direction, let's say, I don't know, direction maybe X, distance maybe 3, and we can treat these regular bodies as, I mean, this should be obvious because they are actually bodies. And then you can even do Boolean operation on them. For example, let's see now, can I remove this from that? So for example, this is actually remove this from that. Sure. I mean, it's a very neat way of getting dump files, dump parts and solids, and then identifying the feature and working with it. Okay.